And guys, welcome to another episode of Lifelong Gonna Podcast. Arsenal Brentford 1-all. A game where the less I said, the better. I found that too many players were poor today. And and even though we started the game okay, I just felt like it just looked like one of those games that we just were not going to win. It looked like we definitely could have lost, but it looked like we definitely were not going to win. So just going to jump right into it and just jump into some of the key moments that I observed during the game. Um, Starting lineup, Mosquera came in for Saliba, so I got that one wrong. And Eze played, which makes sense because Havertz is injured again. And who else? And instead of Martinelli starting the game, Trossard started. So I got two positions wrong, guys. All right, so just jump in. Um, Game started okay, but there was a lot of misplaced passes, guys. I don't know what was going on with between Raya and the defenders, but there were a lot of moments that looked very sketchy, very dodgy. You know, Gabriel passed the ball to Raya. Raya didn't. Raya wasn't anywhere near where he passed the ball to. The ball went out. Brentford are very dangerous, as you can see in the game. With they have this guy who can throw the ball literally from a throw in straight into the box, and they have a lot of physical players, a lot of combative players, a lot of tall players um, that can get on the end of headers. And to no surprise, that's how we conceded our goal today. Anyways, Arsenal Arsenal players need to play the ball faster. I don't know why I keep saying this week in, week out. The reason why our attacking is poor is because we slow the game down too much. The players need to work on their awareness. They need to know where their players are so they can release the ball faster because they're holding on to the ball too much, looking for the pass. You should already scan and know where the pass is. Before you receive the ball, you should know where the pass is going. And that constant slowing down, that constant dilling and dallying on the ball, number one, that is why a lot of players are being dispossessed. And number two, that is why attacking players become so predictable. Um, there was a moment where Davra pulled off a worldy save. Um, Igor Thiago, 9 times out of 10, he scores that. So I thought he did very, very well to save that. Um, I was screaming for Madueke to put the ball into the box, bro. Like, Madueke, I know he got the goal, I know he got his goal and everything, but he was just constantly trying to do a little bit too much. You don't always have to, you, you'll always have your match in some game. You'll always find a person that can match you for pace, for skill, whatever it is. You need to learn how to change or to be able to conform to changing circumstances. So when you realize that this guy is going tit for tat, start to flood the balls into the box, flood the balls into the box. That the more balls that go into the box, the greater chances that we have of scoring from chances. I mean, it can bounce around. Players can get on the end of it. But instead, he was getting dispossessed or he was getting blocked. And I've never seen a goal score um, from positions like that not being put into the box. So I thought that was very frustrating, guys. Um, at the end of the second half, we started to play the ball faster, quicker. The play was a lot better, more fluid. The players looked like they were getting into the game, and that was really good to see. And I was hoping for that to continue in the second half. The second half started on a similar note, which was positive. Odegaard was introduced. Odegaard looked so good when he came on. He was a catalyst for change in terms of the fluidity of the passes. I think he got that message from Arteta. The players started to move the ball, move the ball. We were creating chances. We looked extremely dangerous, and I thought it was only a matter of time. And that time did come. Madueke got on the end of a header of a cross, push and header into the goal. 68th minute, 1-0 up. Um, 68th minute, the game becomes wide open. Brentford don't want to lose the game. Obviously, they're going for Europe. And we don't want to lose the game. But we realize the opponent is somewhat formidable. So we want to make sure that we leave ourselves a safety net. So, we're going for the second goal. Um, and they are going for a goal, right? To keep, pointing up the table. Um, this At this moment in time, 68 minutes in, I thought would be a great time. I mean, Gyökeres has been absolutely poor the entire game. And Trossard was obviously getting tired. It would have been at 68 minutes would have been a great time, maybe even 65th minute would have been a great time to inject some pace. Throw Martinelli on, take off Trossard, leave Madueke on because it was obvious that Saka was shot. Saka did jack shit in the game. So take Trossard off, put on Martinelli at 65th minute, take Gyökeres off at 65th minute, put on Gabriel Jesus, right, guys? And for some strange reason, he continued to wait and wait and wait, and Gyökeres was poor. There was so many opportunities for him to score. He was too late with his kick. He was, he was losing his battles. He was just not having enough pace to go toe to toe with the players. Look, as the game grew on, he started to misplace his passes, started to look tired. And it was just time for him to come out. But he were persisting and persisting with him. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. It makes no fucking sense. Anyways, um, so the game was open. Players are going for, we're going for it, they're going for it, we're going for it, they're going for it. In retrospect, was it a good, even a good idea to we should have parked the bus, shouldn't have we? We should have parked the bus, don't? Like literally, we should have just parked the bus at that point. Just try to just crowd them out at every opportunity. In retrospect. Um, and then in the 70th minute, literally 2 minutes after, they got their goal. Um, Connor comes in and Potter got the better of Odegaard and beat him to the ball, header in, and it's now 1-1. And at that point, it's just Gyökeres stopped, and he needed to come off the field. Saka, I don't know if he wasn't ready. Saka has been poor in my estimation all season long. I know everybody has their own opinion on that, but for me, Saka has been probably one of the poorest players in the squad. I know he's been battling his injuries, but he has had long stints in the team where he wasn't producing anything. He just looked poor. Eze looked poor. Gyökeres looked poor. Um, like there's too many players who are just not tapped in, who are just not on it. And that is what cost us the game today. It was a matter of too many players not being switched on, too many players just being poor. Um, yeah, and I don't know, what to say. There was a moment where Timber really tried to be the difference, you know. Timber has that winning mentality. Broke free, went up the pitch. His man was getting at him, and obviously Timber's been on the field for the entire game. This is the dying moments of the game. The guy is tired. He pulls it off to Martinelli, and Martinelli completely and utterly just fucking. The guy is fresh mind, fresh legs, and just complete and utter. Just and there's other moments in there. There's a moment where Declan Rice put the ball off to Gyökeres, and this guy took what seemed like an eternity to get his shot off. And that just showed that he was not in it and that he needs to come out the field. It's just moments like that where the manager needs to pick up on and realize, guys, I need to make a change. I need to make a change. And this kind of even shows us how much we miss Havertz. We hear that Havertz has some setback. I don't know how severe it is. I heard that is, 3 games, London Derby, and then the 2 games after that. I don't know. I don't know because we never got the extent of which, how bad the injury was. But that's what was being said. Anyways, guys, and I'm going to hold you too long today. I'm joining man on an episode of the Lifelong Gonna podcast, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button to help your boy out, all right? We're trying to get to 50. Right now, we're at like 45. Trying to get to 50 subscribers, guys. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, all right? Peace and love, and I'll see you on the next one.